You know that commercial where they just point and things disappear? Yeah, I wish I was in that commercial right about now. Nope.
Wake up here, and I think how it was before the paint started fading.
I was thinking I didn't have time to make a video because getting the ball rolling on the task of emptying this house and selling it, it's so daunting and time consuming. But then I remembered that most of you are either doing this, have done it, or are going to be doing it soon when you go on the road. And I thought maybe I can actually make a video that might be helpful. I'm going to tell you right off the bat that I am the opposite of a neat freak. I am a train wreck, which is one of the reasons that I like small living spaces. It forces me to think differently. I don't know. I mean, when I'm in the bus, I am completely different in how I treat the space. And I think it's because things can go claustrophobic really quick in 75 square feet. So how I handle it, I mean, let's face it, I'm not going to turn into a different person. But the way I handle it, I go as messy as I want all day, basically. And then in the morning, the next morning, when I wake up, the first thing I do is put everything in its place. Like throw out everything that needs to be thrown out, organize things, restore order, basically. I don't think too much about it throughout the day. In the bus, everything lives in a specific place. It has to. When I'm in the house, I might have 2 or 3 different places where I keep pens, for example. And if I use a pen, I might leave it sitting on the table. But here, top left dresser drawer, that's it. If I find a pen, it goes there. If I'm done using a pen, it goes there. It's the only place I keep pens. And that's true of most things most of the time. I wish I could say all things all the time, but some things just kind of get away from me. Right now, things are different. Things are very, very different. See, I'm still doing this rebuild, and I gave myself permission to be less organized during this process because it's just harder, But that was before my mom decided that she was going to go to assisted living, which means selling her house, and that means I have to get it together.
Holes in the wall, ancient decor, cobwebs on the ceiling I ignore.
I have a lot of build-related stuff. A lot of it I'm storing in the car. It's kind of like my rolling storage space. But I was holding off on making decisions about, like, does this come? Does this not? Am I going to use this rubberized paint? Am I going to use this crate? Things like that. I've been sort of taking my time making those decisions, and I have to now start really focusing on making those decisions so that I'm ready to drive away when the time comes. Meanwhile, I got to deal with this driveway, which has become utterly crazy, and I guarantee that the neighbors hate me because of it. I also have to deal with the house. Tomorrow is trash day here, and I'm going to try to put out things that have zero chance of either selling or being donated. Things that basically nobody wants. Nobody's ever going to want. Like this little settee skeleton. I bought this because I was going to make a bed for the bus out of it, and it totally didn't work out. I went another direction, but I didn't have any place to put this thing, so it's been laying here, its bones just bleaching in the driveway, basically ever since. But right now, every time I walk into the bus, I get completely stressed out. It's chaos. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it. But I think I've mentioned this before. My secret is the tunnel vision glasses, right? The tunnel vision glasses. When I had the store, if I had a big rearrange that I had to do that was overwhelming me, I would put on the tunnel vision glasses. Not literally. I mean, I'm using these symbolically, okay? But I would put on the glasses, and then the only thing I'd worry about is the table that was right in front of me. I'd pretend that was the whole store. That was the only thing I had to do. And then when I was done, I would move on to the next tunnel. The downside is it ends up taking a lot longer to do things, but the upside is the overwhelm goes away and you get to focus on that one thing. I have to do that because there are so many things to think about right now, like choosing a realtor. What's the asking price for the house going to be? Do I need to stage it or should I empty it? How am I going to have an estate sale and keep it COVID safe? What should I list on Facebook and Craigslist? How am I going to get my siblings to claim all their stuff out of the attic? I mean, then there's the bus stuff. I haven't still even figured out the leak on the driver's side floor. I have to deal with that. I have to fix all the rust. I have on the glasses. I'm not supposed to be thinking like this, but it's overwhelming. And that's not even counting the emotional layer. I got to get ready for the day that I walk away from here, that's going to take some personal work, right? I have to think about only what I have to do today, and then I got to do it. I can't be thinking about all the other things I have to do because I'm never going to get anything done. So what are you going through? Have you gone through something like this in the past? Are you going through it now? Are you anticipating it in your future? Got any tips for me? Let me know in the comments, because misery loves company, right? I could use some company. Not that I want you to be miserable, but you know what I mean. But I do want you to watch this. Watch this video, please. See you next time.